Now I'm gonna saddle her up, and she hasn't had the English saddle on her. I don't think she's ever had an English saddle on her, but it doesn't really matter. She's got a Western saddle, it's very similar. So I'm gonna start with the pad, let her see it, then I'm gonna rub it up on her shoulder here. And I wanna not put her too close to the fence so she can move around if she feels like she needs to. I just rub it on her shoulder, then I throw it over her back a few times, just kind of watch her, see how she responds. I like to throw it up on her neck and slide it off over her hindquarters just to make sure she's completely comfortable with the pad. And she is. She's low in her head and not really worried about it at all. Which, if she didn't have that Western saddle on first, before I did this English one, I'd probably put my Western saddle on her if she'd never been saddled before, just because it's heavier, makes more movement. The pad's heavier, the saddle is heavier. I just like that for the very first time, and then I will just continue with the English saddle just because I feel more comfortable in it, and that's what she's gonna be ridden in. So it'll be an easy transition to either saddle though. So I do the same thing on the other side. She's pretty relaxed with this. I don't want to do it when she's tied up. I want to keep in control with her. I don't want her to panic and pull back. But I want to be just pretty throwing it around, moving it around, doing all kinds of things. I'll let her sniff here, but I don't want her to pull her head too far to the sides, just in case her hindquarters came toward me. I don't want to sneak it on her. That's the important part. I want to be very obvious with what I'm doing. Horses get worried when you start sneaking. So put the saddle down. Let her touch it, sniff it, see it. She already saw it and moved around it when I sent her between me and the fence. And I'm just going to toss it up and down near her like I'm going to put it on her. Then I'll put it on, take it off, put it back on. That's again why I like the English saddle. Not just because I primarily ride English, it's a lot lighter. The Western saddle is heavy, so that helps me out. I'm going to do the same thing on her right side. Sometimes I do saddle from the right side, just because I can put the girth down and save a step that way, and it just gives her more desensitizing. Same thing, up and down. Go ahead and put it on her back, and take it off and put it back on. She's not worried at all. She's got her head down, licking her lips. She's really relaxed about the whole thing. So again, I don't know a whole lot about her. I know she's been saddled, I know she's been wearing the saddle, but I don't want to just act like she's this old broke horse and she's gonna stand perfectly still for the saddling and not blow up. I don't know. So I'm gonna get my girth and saddle her up from the left side, so I have that one less step to do. And I took it off and put it back on there because I added the girth and it was jingling a bit, so I just wanted to make sure she was okay with the new sound. And she seems just fine. So I'll go ahead and take my girth down and put it up on there. So I want to make sure that the saddle fits her. So I have a Wintec saddle, and I already measured her before I put it on, and she's got the correct fitting gullet in there. And then this is my smallest girth that I have, and she also has sensitive skin, so I have the padded one. But you don't want to go ahead and saddle your horse and the girth's way too big, and then you have a problem. Or the girth's way too small. You just want to make sure your stuff fits before you go into saddle, especially a horse that you don't know just had or you're starting. So I'm going to rub before I get my hand underneath her, make sure she knows I'm coming. Let her feel that girth a little bit, and I want to move as quickly and smoothly as possible because I don't really know how she's going to react to this. She's never been in an English saddle, so I just want to do it as quickly as possible without freaking her out, and I'm going to make sure the saddle gets on there and stays on there. So I'm going to cross in front of her as quickly as I can, just in case she wanted to move forward. And I'm going to do up the saddle a bit quicker and tighter than I usually do. Then once she's broke, I'll slowly put up a hole on one side, put up a hole on the other side, let her stand. But right now, I don't want to do that just in case she were to freak out and start bucking, and then the saddle slips and then we have a real problem. So just for the first time or two, I'll do this. She seems real calm about the whole thing, so Looking good so far. Girth is tight. Do it up a couple more holes. I really just don't want this thing moving at all once I start to move her around. I want it to stay on. She did a really great job though. So I'm just gonna send her off away from me, make sure that she's not near me. Just gonna send her off on the circle and see how she does with moving around with the saddle on. Too worried, I'll just have her change directions, just like I would normal lunging. I just want her to move with it on before I lead her with it on, just in case she decides to blow up. She doesn't look too bad.